that I could continue to really ask some questions, because again, I'm at the end of my day. I'm dead tired. I don't really understand the complexity of this whole ordeal. I understand the basic term of DDoSing and how that kind of works, but I don't know anything past that. Maybe someone in chat could actually ask the questions. So I put it in sub mode, and I said, if you want to ask a question, you have to be a sub. There are people from Reddit that maybe have no idea about how this works. That is simply put. I cannot have sub mode off and read through 140,000 people talking in chat and copy a question, because you guys saw I copy pasted, and it was at a perfect pace that I can actually read questions. That was simply it. If you want to ask a question, you have to be a subscriber. It was purely educating. But I don't understand. Actually, I do understand. I do understand why the community is feeling the way it is. Why the people that are sort of watching and observing the situation are feeling the way they are. They are finding a source to sort of blame, someone to vent their frustrations on. And because I was sort of at the center of all this, being not really, in the middle, whatever, center, I was telling everyone what was going on. I was educating. I was talking to the hackers, and I was giving, the questions and so on and so forth. I felt like I knew I was getting in deep. I knew what I was doing is very dangerous, because they could destroy me anytime. They could hack into my Twitch and take everything. They could change all of that. Who knows? I could lose my entire job like that. I understand that. But I understand that a lot of people are trying to blame me for this happening. There always needs to be some sort of source for people to blame. And I'm at least happy that the people are not blaming the companies, because at least I was able to educate everyone what the fuck was going on. I am happy with that. I am okay with people getting on my ass and hating me and sending me pizzas and calling the cops and all that. I understand, and I am okay with it. So be it. It sucks. I have to explain to my dad. He has no idea what's going on, but it's okay. I've always had people who dislike me. That's just how it is. If you were anyone sort of known or have a big following, you are going to have people that dislike you. That's just how the world works. I understand that. You guys know I've been going through that for a long time, all the way back to my VA days. I understand how it works, and I've been sort of practicing for years. So maybe this is the big finale. Maybe what I did will actually accelerate and help this being solved, because you guys know I did pull some valuable information. They did say that this was a test. What is the finale going to be? That is scary. But at least everyone is aware of it, knows what's going on. There may be no way to prevent it, but at least people are aware. There is communication. I am okay with that, and I am happy with that. Once again, I want to apologize for those of you guys who are playing the game, and for the people who where jobs are to maintain servers, for the companies, Twitch, Riot, everyone else that was affected, the Penguin company, Valve, everyone that's affected. I really did not mean to cause more harm, but I don't think that it would have been any difference. I think they still would have done their job, and maybe it will stop. Maybe it won't go on. The fact that I had to go through getting arrested, having an assault rifle pointed at my head, having my parents, being told that I was arrested and all this stuff, if I had to go through it for this, for it to stop, for people to continue to go on with their lives and enjoy everything, okay. I accept that. And I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going, because you know what? I love this job, and I love doing this, and I love you guys. And for all the people that I've ever harmed or cussed at or disrespected for everything, I apologize. I really am sorry. I am not a perfect person. a lot of times I try to be like those people that are, but then I take a step back because I forget, and then I suddenly remember that I have to be myself. I am happy with myself. I am happy with my wrongs. I'm happy with who I am, and some of you guys are also happy with how I am. So I'm going to continue being the way I am. I'm going to continue streaming, and I'm going to continue making you guys happy, and hopefully these problems stop. Hopefully I don't get any more pizza orders and phone calls, blast texts and shit. So that is pretty much the full-on explanation of what happened from A to Z. I'm pretty proud of myself for being awake and able to tell you guys this with a clear mind. But I know as soon as I stop the stream, I'm dead. I've been up for over 24 hours, and you guys, I'm only doing it for you guys, really. I'm shooken up, but it still makes me happy that I still got you guys. After all the shit that's been taken from me, my privacy, I still have you guys, and I'm happy about it. So